The high-ranking officials leisurely enjoyed afternoon tea in private boxes, while young soldiers on the battlefield drank filthy water from oil barrels. Generals would rather feed their high-end steaks to dogs than spare a thought for the children at the front lines, who had nothing but hardtack to gnaw on. Countless passionate young men, brainwashed by politicians, charged without hesitation into the hail of bullets on the battlefield. Then, as night fell, a flare suddenly tore through the dark sky, followed by countless artillery shells raining down, sending the terrified recruits scrambling into makeshift bunkers. The bold confidence they once wore on their faces had long been wiped away. Some trembled in fear, while others stood up, desperate to flee, only to be blown to pieces the moment they reached the entrance. By the next day, the battlefield was already littered with corpses. Paul saw his friend's body lying not far away, and broke down in uncontrollable sobs. For the first time, he truly understood the cruelty of war. That day, Paul's unit received yet another order to charge, but then, the earth suddenly began to tremble. The men rushed to the trench to look. Emerging from the mist was a colossal steel beast, impervious to ordinary bullets. It was one of humanity's first tanks, a terror unlike anything they had ever seen. What was once a war between men had now become a one-sided slaughter by machines. The German forces began a full-scale retreat, and in that moment, Paul witnessed a sight he would never forget. Finally, the High Command realized the futility of this war, and signed the armistice agreement. The war was finally coming to an end. All the soldiers cheered in jubilation. But then, in the final hour before the ceasefire, the general ordered one last attack. The soldiers had no choice but to return to the battlefield, and march to their meaningless deaths. With only 15 minutes left before the armistice, the soldiers launched their final charge against the French. Paul, long since numb, grappled with an enemy soldier, and the two tumbled into a nearby dugout. Yet, though they had been locked in mortal combat just moments before, they suddenly pulled apart, silently agreeing not to strike another blow. If they could just hold out a little longer, the war would finally be over. But at the very last moment, another soldier, hidden in the shadows, dealt Paul a fatal blow.